Tracy.
Do you see this head modeling the cheese? Jesus. Sorry.
We're live.
I
That's weird.
Hey guys, it's your boy TG, and yeah, thank you for tuning in to another Sports View, presented by Women Love Sports too, because they really, really do. I'm your host TG, and I'm surrounded by some good ladies today. And ladies, tell me a little bit about yourself. Let's start with is that Cheryl with the green big E, something like that? Let me know.
Hello, everyone. It is Cheryl, as you did state, Cheryl Green with the Big E from Ohio, all things Ohio. And I am just so glad to be here and to see y'all lovely faces. Go Browns.
And is that it's still your heart? Wait, this Trey Songz, he got allegations, but let me know what's going on.
That's still your girl. That's not what I do. But hey everybody, it's your girl Kanisha and Grinning Big. We'll talk about why a little bit later. And was very excited to be here on another Sports View with
And we
you,
got
G.
what is that? Is this another virus spreaded by COVID? Or I mean, I know the Frenchmen came to LA already, but what?
it's not a variant. I'm more like I'm the medicine. I'm the medicine, TG, okay?
Mm.
Hatchacron here.
That's your
Chiming
girl.
in. I didn't have any cool or cute names to say about my home team. So I just went with the next most popular topic trending, okay? Just trying to spread in a good way some good vibes and some love amidst this surge. But I'm sure you'll be talking about some playoff surges. So back to you.
Well, you've heard it all around the boards from crazy names to big letters with less of everything else capital. And well, back to TG. Oh, and my if I didn't want to wear it today, we had to be professional. So let me introduce my cousin Keisha. And she's gonna wear this for me today. I had to make sure I didn't feel like messing my hair up. Had to keep the girls. Had to keep the girls. But she will go pack go. She told me to do this for go back go, and I just had to make sure. And also had to tell you guys this before we go. I got a book coming out, How to Make the Playoffs for some of you non-detention teams in the room. By me, it comes out on sale after the Super Bowl because I mean I want you guys to get a nice look at what's going on. But anyways, let's talk about the NFL Week 18. Let's talk about the finale that we had. Let's start with the Cowboys. We all hate the Cowboys anyway, but the Cowboys butchered another well, under 500 team, and that was 51-26. They took the East by a storm, 7-0. They made them look unstoppable when the team's under 500. But now, ladies, let's talk about this. Cowboys host the 49ers coming up on Sunday, a team that's actually above 500. And when those teams are like that, the Cowboys have an interesting take, and they're 1-3 or four with their losing streak. So, what you got about Dallas coming into this thing that they're going to go into playoffs and try to make a stand?
not
Cricket,
not
cricket,
everybody jump to speak at
cricket.
once. Is our hate does our hate run so deep that we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. I mean, they made it, yay. But as you said, I'm not wishing anything bad. I'm not sending any bad juju their way. I don't know if is it them, is it the fans, is it Jerry, is it D, all of the above that supports our community hate for them. I don't know. It's tough. And then you get kind of torn. You're like, oh, I want to see Dak do well. He's come back, yet he wears that jersey. It's tough. So I think it'll be a good game. Will it be the Cowboys curse, playoff curse? I don't know. Will the 49ers come to they're coming or they're going to Dallas to Arlington to show and prove? We shall see. Definitely looking forward to watching that game though for sure.
I
So,
think I think San Francisco is going to try really hard to slow down the game and keep Dak from getting like really fired up. And we'll also need to protect this defense. But Um, Garoppolo, he's mistake prone. So I just think that I think the Cowboys, they might get this one. I don't know. I think they might get it. I hate to say it. I don't want to be
Right.
the one to say it,
Right.
but I said it. So, you know.
Well, I know Tracy would be behind the Cowboys, being that Dak is a part owner of the Washington football team. So I knew she would stand firm.
That was a good one, Cheryl. That was so good. I'm just glad you were able to answer without talking about the Browns. All right, what else is going on,
Well, since that's
TJ?
going on, we got a lot of sports to cover, so I'll go down the list and see what you want to pick and choose. But
Uh,
Eagles going down to Tampa Bay to play Tom Brady and his Bucks. When they got a full injured roster, AB's not coming back, even though he said
Mm.
he's playing through an ankle injury. But you can hop, skip, and jump across the end zone. Meanwhile, the Lions finally get their third win of the season against my real Green Bay Packers. A lot of people say I probably wouldn't have spoke on this, but hey, anyways, even though you lost 37-30, we didn't have Rodgers in but one quarter, and well, Packers are late for the divisional round. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Keeping it how it is. I'm just saying, Cheryl. I know what you feel, but at least we're making the playoffs.
No, wait, hold on. But I'm glad that you're talking about them in good grace, because check this out. What I'm talking. This is what I'm
Cheryl
Somebody
ain't
got to
listening.
try him.
Cheryl
Somebody
ain't
has to
listening.
try him.
Cheryl's
Look,
giving.
somebody in Taco Bell's line. I mean, I could. Everybody else is not going to the line, so I had to go give him a shout out. See, can I give you some sponsorship?
Is that a? Oh God,
Um,
we're glad you're here today. Your
I
stomach's
know.
okay.
I didn't die, and I didn't
Uh,
have any kind of stomach bug afterwards, but it was pretty good. It was tasty. Too expensive though. Don't pay $10 for some wings, please.
right.
Risky
Um,
business right
but
there.
even though taking it back to the Cleveland Churros, they actually bruised the team this week against the Bengals, 21-16. But even though the Browns will not be going to the playoffs this year, they'll be looking towards the all season with Baker in the hospital, taking his shoulder to surgery finally. She'll put it to sleep, but I'm just saying.
Can I jump
And
in there? Can I jump in there? Because you're trying to make it seem like that game wasn't really nothing, but however, it was in Ohio. It was the Battle of Ohio, and so we beat Cincinnati two times, not one, but two times. So right now, the Browns is the reigning, team in Ohio right now. So
In Ohio.
yeah, let's get
we're talking
them.
about a winning team. Sure, I'm talking about the Bengals here, talking on the Raiders. Now, ladies, I know you guys want to attack the Browns, and I'll give you a minute. Hatch or Cron, what you got for the Browns? I mean, the Browns think they're going to the Super Bowl, but I mean, statistics show different on the stat sheet.
uh, I was hoping not to talk about the Browns, but since you brought it up, they're still trying to go to what Super Bowl? What Super Bowl? You talking about?
Omicron, the Omicron Bowl.
Ah, there we go. Well, Hatcher Crown will be there at the door. They won't get in. They're done. They're on the
Perfect.
couch with us. They're on the couch with us.
Well, I got a
Well, thank.
backstory on that. I'm gonna wait till you move forward.
We
Trust
don't want to
me.
hear nothing about the Browns no more. The season's over with. Time
No,
to move on
no,
to the Pittsburgh
but
Steelers and how I feel. No, no,
still,
no. We look. Let's talk about a team that's actually going to be playing next week. Well, not next
no,
weekend, maybe, but
still
they're
your
going to be
heart might
playing.
want to. Still your heart might want to. She gonna love this. Still your heart
So
gonna
look,
love
look,
this.
look. The Steelers literally kicked their way into the playoffs. I mean,
Hmm.
everything went in their favor. Kicked the field goal, went into the game. Ben has his little moment. Still going to dance on. The last dance hasn't arrived yet. Um, and well, the Ravens that are battered, shattered, and bruised. Congratulations, y'all won. But in talking about that, y'all slide over to Arrowhead to play Patrick Mahomes.
Mm.
Boy, oh boy. What you got? You stealing your heart. So I need you to see something.
Okay. So they have him. They have an adjusted offense, and they'll keep pivoting. They're going to pass that ball. But we have Najee Harris. We got TJ Watt. And TJ Watt has been showing up and showing out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And we just need the defense to be on point. I think we could do it. We're going to need more from Big Ben. We're going to need more from Big Ben in this last little dance, this passing game. But I don't know. Anything can happen. It's football. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I
that
you got
agree.
anything?
I'm gonna wait till we get it further along for
Wait
Steal
till
Your Heart.
when? Wait till when? The
What are
time
we
is
waiting
ticking.
to? But
the
let's
time
see,
is
we'll
now.
figure this out.
We got
You know
other
it's
stuff.
area
We
now.
got Cleveland, San Antonio anime. You got to talk about it right now. We're not going to talk about
But even though, so we done went through that, and Cheryl wants to wait for her closing remarks on this take. But 49ers breezing past the Rams. That's a 27-24. 49ers play Dallas going into that game, which I said 1-4 for Dallas. On the mean side, the Rams defending the turf against the Cardinals. That'll be a nice game to see.
it. Yeah.
And Matt Stafford actually suffered a toe injury. Something to watch for as he stubbed
Right.
that in the final plays of last week. Also, beef and security up. Eric Weddle, if you recall him from the Ravens, a 14-year veteran. I don't know why he's coming back. Sit on the couch. But either way, you're going to come back and I don't know, ruin your career like everybody else does. Come back and shatters. But then because the Bucks getting their mojo back against the Panthers, Cam Newton not seeing a light of day in the playoffs once more in his career. Hope he does something next season. I guess 35-32. Bucks host the Eagles. And then we talk about the Washington football team. I had to bring them up. What's the podcast without them? They finished with a W. Well, that's their logo now until February. But
It was the Giants, though. I mean,
Yeah.
is this talk worthy? No.
It's not.
not.
Okay.
It was the battle of what did Cheryl call it? The battle of the Alamo, the battle of Ohio. Ours, that game was the NFC the battle for NFC least. You know.
I
The
call it,
least game to watch.
what did I call it? The cream of the crap.
There
Yeah.
you
It
go.
doesn't
Right.
matter.
That's the Washington football team, the cream
Yeah,
of the crop.
the most W's we were seeing was the paraphernalia. You are correct. You are correct.
Well, I would say, but anyways, watching all those games on Sunday, the most game probably watched throughout America, the Raiders in overtime with the Chargers.
Woo!
I
That
mean, a game to
was
talk about.
fire.
Thank you, Raiders. Thank you.
Either way, of talking about that. I mean, the Raiders said, "Hold my beer," and overtime. Let me kick this field goal. But the Chargers taking that costly timeout would have ran the clock out and been over with. Both teams go to the playoffs. I mean, now take me, steal your heart. Take me through the moment as a Steelers fan. What are you thinking when that? I mean, that gets close to that clock running like that.
I was thinking,
We've seen it all for ourselves.
It was a long night. It was a long night.
it was a nail biter. And I was like, why? Why? I mean, I saw what made sense. The Chargers should have never called that timeout because it put that doubt in their minds. So of course, you call a timeout, you think they're conspiring to do something miraculous. That's going to change what you were planning on doing. And then there were the rumors afterwards. I don't know. Everybody and their great grandma sent me that article, Hatchet Cron, about how originally the Raiders were planning on taking a knee. It was expressed that they were planning on taking a knee until that timeout was called. I mean, you better not ever, never, ever do that again.
Right.
Okay? When that's on the line. I mean, that was just like, it was like a Jenga game of different factors that were going to have to fall into place in order for the Steelers to move on. And somehow somebody knocked the whole tower off. I mean, I'm glad for it, but I wouldn't be glad for it if I were a Chargers fan.
Now, going in coordination with that,
So
you just talked about all of this playoff conference, all this conversation with the end of the regular season. We know the Browns are not there, so sure you can retire all your stuff on your wall and have a white wall now.
Cheryl, I can send you my
Where is that? Or either come and call my cousin Keisha. We'll send you one from Phone Nation in Wisconsin, and Cheesehead be donated right to you for free. But Super Bowl predictions.
Bradshaw, do you see that?
Super Bowl predictions. What y'all got? What y'all got? Who y'all got? I got Packers all the way to Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl is over. But
so you said all that to say this, Marquez with the Green Bay. So What do you think? What's going to be the future of Jordan Love down there in Green Bay?
See, right here, let's see. Look, you got to think about right now, and then you think about the future later on.
Mm,
We're currently not in the same stage that you guys are in. Y'all in the resolution
hmm
stage, trying to figure out, hey guys, can you X this box out of how the season went? Should we fire the head coach, which you didn't?
Okay, so let me
Should the
rephrase.
quarterback take a surgery?
Let me reword that. Let me rephrase that. Are y'all going to be able to get through the NFC
Oh
this year?
yes, look at this. This is the thing
Mm.
though. We play into a category where we play the lowest seed coming out of the win category. So I mean,
Mm,
if we take Dallas, Dallas comes there. There's no cold team in the NFC if you think about it. Only Tom Brady and Brady only, and Gronkowski and the rest of the team will freeze up in Green Bay. So it's pretty hard. Which I'm not saying it's not doable, but most of these teams, I don't see them catching any fire coming to Green Bay in the frozen tundra. And Rodgers made a statement that his foot feels very, very fine. I don't know if he's lying about it or not, but he said he's
Probably.
100%.
Probably.
I was going to ask you about that pinky toe.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the way that the Packers are showing up, I would not be surprised if they ended up in the playoffs. Excuse me, the Super Bowl. Now, the AFC. Who's going to be that AFC opponent? Are the Steelers going to push all the way through for this sweetheart Hallmark Lifetime story book for Ben to go out on this note? Or is Mahomes, are the Chiefs going to show up like, we still here? Uh, I don't know. I
Nope.
mean, the Raiders and the Raiders, yeah, they made a good showing, but the Chargers made them work for that win. So I don't know. We'll see. AFC is still a toss up for me.
Yeah, just like the
Kanisha, what's your
AFC
guess?
North. Just like the AFC North, that was the toughest division this year. So anybody could have came out of that division, whether it was, Pittsburgh or, Cincinnati or Baltimore and, no doubt, Cleveland Browns.
Huh.
Everybody just did an awkward pause. Right. You're right, Cheryl.
Denial's not
No.
just a
The
river you just.
AFC, you just can't call it in the AFC. You just can't do that. You just have to kind of wait. But I do got something a little later on. But you just gotta wait. Hmm.
We don't have that many minutes on our
We
call
don't. We
on our
don't.
calling card. We just don't. But you it sounds like you got something great for us, but we can't wait.
I think we're gonna see Green Bay
Hmm.
for sure.
Mm. I
I
don't know,
do.
Kyler Murray.
I think we're gonna see Green Bay for sure. And then from there, I always want to say the Steelers. I mean,
Right. That's what you're supposed to say.
but
I'm not.
you
Well,
were
I
so
would say
reassuring. That's what you're supposed to
this is
say.
what you're supposed to say. I can't say that about my team,
Huh.
but you all notice that Cheryl and I we're not even wearing colors. We're wearing shades. That shows our mood as far as our home teams go. But we're here. We're here for
Hmm.
you all.
No,
So,
no, no,
sure, we're not going to go
no,
there about Cleveland. We're not going to do that tonight. We're not going to do
no.
that tonight. No, no, no,
I
no,
was,
no. It's like,
no, I was gonna say something about the NFC. I
I'm
was
not
gonna
gonna.
say,
All I'm gonna say is I don't think you're gonna see the Cowboys there.
no.
mm,
Mm.
yeah.
Cheryl, who do you think's
That's what
coming
I'm
out of
gonna
the
say.
NFC?
I don't want to see them there. The end.
Well. Here's the deal. I come to find this out a little later on. Um, that my niece, Britt Brett, she is a diehard Green Bay fan. And I did not know that for the life of me
Hmm.
until the teams were playing, and at the end of the day, we had to shut her down. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray coming the Cardinals. I think Kyler Murray gonna do a little something extra. I mean, got it. I got what's going on in Green Bay with what's his name? What's your guy? Devontae Adams and the Rodgers team. I got that, but I think that peaky toe gonna surface, and I just don't think that Green Bay could pull it off. This is gonna be what their fourth year in a row or fifth year that they ain't gonna be able to get out the NFC. I just don't think they're gonna do it. I think it's gonna come down. I think Kyler Murray gonna do his thing. I think he gonna do
Well, after we heard all that yada yada yada, and I think the wind was blowing outside, we'll go to the fact that I personally think not only because it's the Packers, but I think it's the Packers, and I think we see the Chiefs, and I do got the Steelers, like that combo mix. I think it might be a story of the past trying to go do a repeat and see what the Super Bowl outcome from there. The Chiefs, both will be a repeat. I mean, we've seen it from history.
True.
We'll finally get to see it. I told Dallas fans, at least I don't have to rewind history books because you just simply can't to see my Super Bowl and my team win it. But
it. How many
anyways,
of them Dallas fans did you tell this to?
oh, it's all over my social medias across the place. See,
Oh,
trust me, it's all over the place. You can just go see. And so many Cowboy fans went from yap, 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 and then they just silently start liking, and then they said good night, and then they went to sleep and logged off. I mean, deleted. I mean, everything. I shut them down. But anyways, let's talk
Hatchacron, can
about
you
some.
verify that? Can you verify
Don't
that, Hatchacron,
verify
for me?
nothing. Y'all already seen the video of Taco Bell. We don't need to see nothing else. But let's just see. Let's just keep on going. But anyway,
I'm
let's
working
talk
on my
about some lights
antibodies. I'm working on
that
my
are not
antibodies.
on.
Hmm.
We got Black Monday. They call it. I don't know why they call it that. I had to do some research to make sure no crazy stuff was going on for the reason we call it Black Monday. But it's actually because it's the Monday after regular season. They can call it that. But we got a lot of coaches that went down and actually fortunate majority to none are African American. Because mostly we got to look at that. Mostly on the Black Monday they be firing our coaches first, and they're like that's the problem. And then
And you wonder how I
we,
got that name, but go ahead.
I know, right? That's the reason. But the Giants finally, I mean, a shocker to everybody, maybe the Giants fired their coach after the horrible quarterback sneak up the middle for 3 and 9 on the 20-yard line. I don't understand that. And then the Vikings fired their GM and their head coach. Dolphins went ahead and surprising to the Dolphins, and you guys might have a take on it. The Dolphins fired their coach.
That was wild. I still, I think that was some maybe head office politics going on there. That's the
Oh
only
yeah.
thing that can explain that compared to the records of everyone else that got fired. I mean, you compare like what Urban Meyer's record was to Brian
On
Flores.
and off and on and off the field.
Like, I just don't even understand. And still the issue is, well, continue, and then I'll talk about where the bee in
The
my bonnet
Bears.
is.
So
I
you
don't know
go
where
into
you are
further
with that.
notice in some offices without a light on in the coach's office is the Bears. That's I mean, no, I mean you can see that from a mile away. The Broncos letting go their head coach. They made that clear weeks in advance. They're like, hey, go get you another job because we about to let you go in about 2 weeks. We're going to do our due diligence, as they call it, and give you a new job and tell you all that.
Oh, they
But
gave him a 2 week
speaking
notice.
yeah, basically. Urban Meyer, speaking of him, before he even got, well, he's fired. He should be put on the list way before. He was Black Mondays like 25 Mondays ago. And so, even speaking of him, I mean, this guy can't stay out of the news. We thought he would be a quarterback coach. I mean, some kind of coordinator or head coach in college again. But there is conversation that he had a Trayvon Martin photo put up in the locker room to represent a no hoodie policy. Like,
Yes.
and if you don't understand, you know that iconic photo. You know what it stands for. For
wow.
somebody to say, "Oh, it won't for that purpose," come on, man. I mean, that uncalled for. But anyways, still your heart. What you got? You got something for me about these coaching?
Well, I guess what bothers me is all the rumors about who will be replacing. And, in that, changes to the Rooney Rule still have not changed where you see representation for the coaches. And, they keep having an opportunity to fix it. They're not. You've got 69.7% of the players in the NFL are African American, and it's not represented on that coaching level. And there are plenty good coaches that could be elevated and brought up, but instead they keep recycling. And I think that's like horrible.
It
It
definitely is.
is, and I just had a couple things on that as well. Um, when
It's
they're firing
embarrassing.
on these coaches, so we had like Hugh Jackson. of the Browns, Marvin Lewis of Bengals, Steve Wilkes of the Cardinals, Todd Bowles of the Jets, and Vance Joseph of the Broncos. When they fired all those black head coaches, they replaced them guys with white head coaches. And then Anthony Lynn of the Chargers, basically, he was fired as well. And he was also replaced with a white head coach. So then that just left two black head coaches out of 30 teams, right? So now that the Miami coach has been fired, basically it's going to be just one head coach left, and that's Tomlinson. Well, you get Cully, and he's on his way out the door. You get
Tomlin.
Cully, yeah. So you got Pittsburgh coach who's on his way. So now let me just go back. So basics about now up front is we're less than 1% black head coaches in the NFL. And like Kanisha said, that definitely has to get fixed. So what I was going to say to Kanisha, to the Steelyard family, is that we linked in with the Baltimore Ravens, and we said, hey, the Browns. We lost against them, and we did that for a reason because we knew something was coming around the corner. And so, although it was a good game, and the Ravens had to play like they really wanted to win that game, they had to lose it because we didn't want Tomlinson, your guy, to get his head chopped too. And if that was the case, right now we wouldn't have no black head coaches in the NFL. So, Kanisha, we just want you all to know that we lost those games on purpose because we wanted to make sure we keep at least one black head coach in the NFL.
It would be really weird if he did, because in 15 seasons since taking over for Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin surpassed his predecessor, who's considered one of the coaching greats, with numbers of wins, winning percentage over the exact same number of regular game seasons. And then he also had a 1-1 Super Bowl record, just like his predecessor. He just set the NFL record with the 15th consecutive non-losing season. There would have been no reason to fire Mike Tomlin unless it was something with the family saying he's not a good fit.
Well, no, if y'all would have lost against Cleveland and y'all would have lost against Baltimore, he would have been out of there by bye.
But we didn't.
I know, so that's what I'm saying.
He's never had a losing season.
Well, anyways, let's keep the conversation of that out the woodworks. I do side with you, Cheryl, that I think he would have been fired if he did lose those two games. I think he'd been out the door. Politics is in sports, so you got to take consideration. I think he would have been out. I mean, I love Tomlin and all of it. I think he would have been gone. It ain't too many of us in there to go keep a job when you lose, especially Big Ben's there. Yeah. Even my cousin said so. But anyways, switching from the NFL to the NBA, and we talked a lot about the NBA recently, and not only COVID and stuff like that, but going to the conversation of players coming back from injury. And I mean, this guy, Klay Thompson, just saying, he returned against the Cavs. Now, no, Cheryl, hold on, don't run. It ain't over. The Warriors splashed their way back in. 96-82. Thomas scored only 17 points, 3 out of 8 of the 3-point line. He didn't do so good. He hasn't scored more than 20 points in his return games yet. But, I mean, sure, what you got? They beat your team. You ain't heard about the Cavs in a long time. Are they still relevant?
Oh, no, we're number 6 in the East right now. However, I didn't see that game, so I cannot, verify. I cannot say that happened, or I can't say it didn't happen. But what I do know,
the loss?
I'm so confused.
She's like, I do not have Google. I cannot confirm this loss, but she's still going to comment though. So go ahead. What are you going to say, Cheryl?
But what I was going to say was Thompson, Joe Morant did put it on them guys. Wasn't no Splash Brothers in Memphis. But however, I'm gonna have to go and do some research on what you're talking about, that he came and did all that to the Cavs, because my people didn't tell me that.
I wouldn't call you neither when you lose. You just like Dallas fans. They just erase everything and eliminate everything.
Oh
I've never
God.
saw a fan base like that. I mean, just saying. Just saying. But the Warriors, I mean, Clay hasn't looked almost yet back yet. But I mean, obviously coming off an injury like he has.
2 years.
Um, I mean, just scoring 17. I mean, I
Mm,
had him in parlay for 20 points and he messed me up. But
right.
anyways, do anyone else got anything for Clay? I mean, Clay came back and I mean, looking sharp to come back, 17 points from that devastating injury.
Mm.
I mean, I think I think he is going to return to he's going to bump right up against the old Clay Thompson. I mean, I think because it's not going to just be about the injury, it's mental too. So I think it's going to take some, some runs up and down the court. It's going to take some time. I don't know. Those Warriors, it might not take a lot of time, but I think he's just having to get back to the swing of the game, and then again, there's also that pressure of being, one half of the Splash Brothers. So I think if he can, get have his mind pushed past that, he can get back to helping you make your spread. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, yeah,
Cover,
you got it. You
cover,
got
spread. There you go.
it.
Okay. Blanket. Yeah,
I,
Just
that.
cover the
I
spread.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
will be calling you for the spread next week to see what's going on because I need to win
Okay.
some money.
Okay.
Now saying one thing, mostly in the news, in baseball, but women breaking boundaries or barriers, as you call it. Um, let's talk about the Yankees affiliate, a low A baseball team. She was a pitching coach,
Mm.
Rachel. I'm gonna butcher the last name, but if Rachel ever see this, my bad. Bella Back might be it might say it wrong, but she is the first female manager in minor league baseball to be promoted from a hitting coach to now being the actual head coach of that team. So in
Wow.
baseball, that's a huge stepping stone. I mean, we've already had the first woman kind of be like a GM or owner, but actually being down with the guys and being a part of the squad, I mean, they have been successful. So they're a low A Tampa Tarpons, and they are the affiliate of the Yankees. Um, and then the Olympics. I mean, we talked about that, but I'll be honest. I don't even turn my TV to the Olympics. I'm just sorry, but in the day, until I get bored or out of my mind, I'll turn it because it's not my sport. It's not our sport. We got to get into it though. We got to
Mhm.
invade it.
Mhm.
Mm. You got to support them.
I don't know. I like ice skating, and we've got a speed skater to watch
Hmm.
now, right? Um,
What
I,
about that bobsled team?
Now, I'll tell you that I do watch that. That's entertaining. I mean, everything else won't make me go to sleep. Bobsledding. I mean, even the ski on the ice will make me wake up because I'm like half asleep. I'm like, oh, what is that? And it's just like, oh,
Mhm.
we're just hitting the loop and the turn, and that's it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, back to sleep I go. But that's very entertaining. I don't know how they get up on the speed. I mean, I can't go inside my car and jump and then try to figure it out. No, it don't work that way. It don't.
Mm.
I don't know. Like, clearly, we're not super excited yet. But
Mm.
Not
I mean,
yet.
we were like that about the Summer Olympics, and then we kind of got into it.
Well, I mean, I think we could relate a little more to some of the excitement of some of the sports. Um, I don't know. It's just you see the Winter Olympics, and I mean, what agitates? It's like slow. It's just not moving. It's just something about the speed of the Summer Olympics that it just gives you a little bit more umph. I don't know. I don't know if it's the snow. I don't know if it's the single digit temperatures. I don't know, but I do think. Um, it's always that thing. Something's going to happen to give us something to talk about. We just, at this point, have no idea what that would be. So, you know, no one is, well, at least none of us will be, waiting up for curling, but, something could pop off. And it make the rundown. So,
You
we'll
never
see.
know.
Obviously it's timed, you know, perfectly because football will be over and there will be nothing else for us to watch. Well, basketball will still be going on, but they're making sure that the Winter Olympics can get our full attention. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, if they get to have, I mean, I think isn't there a COVID surge happening right now? And Yeah, that
Yeah,
all
Hatcher
sounds
Cron.
like yeah.
That's Hatchacron's the latest
Hatcher
and new
Cron.
developing
We're domestic.
Doing in
COVID
China.
We're domestic.
COVID variant coming out.
Yeah,
But
we don't have any
hey,
numbers for you overseas yet.
Mm.
I will say since that variant has came along and then we got Hatchacron, but that concludes our show for today. But as always, it's been a blast. I would say thoughts and prayers to all families, everybody's family that's impacted by whichever COVID variant, and really a shout out to our nurses and doctors in the field that working tirelessly throughout the days and nights, and just saying I hope you guys are the best and God bless them to you guys. But anyways, from the other sports view. We're saying good night and be blessed, guys. See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Hopefully he washed his hands.
What in the
Cheryl.
world? Cheryl with
Share that video.
the chicken
Hey,
evidence.
that I got actually like 2,000 views on that video so far.
Oh
They
my
probably trying to figure out I'm in
gosh.
the
Like,
hospital.
Right. They're like looking to see what happens next.
are you a ranch or blue cheese?
Ranch all the way, no blue cheese.
Make come on.
So, still, y'all, I'm definitely gonna be pulling for y'all, even though that makes me gargle to say I'm pulling for the
Oh,
Steelers. That's only because I want Mike Tomlin to keep his job.
roll the tape. Roll the tape. Don't come back on roll the tape.
We are
Well,
still
we're still
going
first of
live. You
all,
know
we're
we're
still
still
rolling,
live,
so
right?
we do still have evidence of her saying this. And we have
I
evidence of
know,
her saying
only
his name
because
Y'all
correctly.
heard it right here.
And she said his
AFC
name
North,
right.
AFC North. He's the only black quarterback. So,
I mean,
Coach.
I mean,
coach and
only
coach.
black head coach. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm gonna go on and stand behind our fellow brothers in the North
You
because
heard
I
it
don't want
here,
him to lose his
folks.
job too because he has a hefty resume. It's
He
nothing like the
does.
Browns. It's nothing like the Browns because we're not in jeopardy. But
Well, Cheryl, we know what you were happy about. We know we know you were very happy about the college football championship. I knew that would get her.
Oh yeah,
Rose
yeah. With the
Bowl,
Georgia,
baby.
I did not expect that.
neither did
Georgia,
Alabama.
they put it
Fair enough.
down.
Well, now look at
We don't
this
even talk
though.
about
I
that.
do like a lot of respect for Nick Saban. After that loss, he went into that press conference with his both players, and they were, I mean, trying to dog him. And he was basically like, these guys, I mean, everything to win a game, but like that. And that was, I mean, the pass rush was just that amazing. I mean, I couldn't even say
Mhm.
anything. It was just like, I told my dad and them, like, hey, Georgia's defense will blow them out of the water. And then I'm like, I'm going to bet on Alabama. And then I lost money, and my lady come in. She goes, "You big dummy! You should." Those are big words.
She hit you with the Fred Sanford.
And of course the non-gamblers always know after the result. Like you knew better. Well,
Mm.
I did see one funny. I did see and it's someone who lives in Georgia. They did the marked safe from hearing Roll Tide. I thought that was kind of funny. That was kind of
Mm.
a good one.
Mm. Well, it was time. It was time
Oh
because
look,
Ohio State won in 2016. They were the.
here we go.
I mean, I'm sorry, 2015 when they beat Roll Tide, and they thought that a Big Ten team couldn't come down to the SEC and put it down. And guess what we did? We came down there and took that daggone national championship on TV. And this year, we won the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, what is interesting though is just seeing that too, what's happening with that transfer portal because that thing is popping.
Mm.
Okay, I had to make sure I wasn't in there accidentally. I was like,
Did you all
take a
see
little
where Jackson?
Ambien, ain't no telling what happens.
Did you
I
all see
know.
where Jackson State has picked up two commits now from top recruits?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm.
Neon
Affleck.
Dion Primetime is pulling them. He's pulling them.
Affleck, baby. Affleck.
Right, right. He's got that blue jacket, and folks are flocking to Jackson State. But I can appreciate it. I also like that. Even though Jackson State did take the L at the Celebration Bowl, Dion gave props to South Carolina State's quarterback
Mhm.
and to their coach. So I get the draw and the attraction to Sanders to prime time, but I definitely can appreciate the spotlight that if it took Dion to bring to these kids actually really considering HBCUs is their choices for to play sports. So
And it's nice because it's just in time to bring attention to um, there's an HBCU All Star game that's happening, and the combine. So they're going to have a pro day
mhm.
um, for HBCU top HBCU players too. And that was missed last year. I think it's awesome they're bringing it back this year in time. And there's all this focus now because there's true talent there. And I'm not saying that just because I have one playing, but there's some great talent there.
There is.
It's time.
Mhm.
I love it.
So y'all go buy my book, How to Make
Yes.
I'm just saying. It just
Open it up. Let us see a
Oh,
page.
and it
see
looks like we
see.
just ran out of time. We just ran out of we just ran out of minutes on our calling card.
It
We
says
have
don't play for the Browns. That's
Every page, every page.
our producer just told us to wrap up again.
I was gonna.
Did
Okay.
you see that, TG? You have to wrap it up again.
Wait, again?
It
We're
says wrap it
leaving for
up.
real now. We're
Yeah,
leaving for real now. For real. Y'all can log off. We
right.
love you.
See ya. Thanks for hanging with the girls, the ladies, TG.
Oh, I try every week. My girlfriend told me you gotta go in there and do what you gotta do. I said, okay, all right.
Go Browns.
Did she know you brought Sharkeisha with you this week?
Oh yeah.
It looks like she has a beard, but that's
She
okay.
she may. Look at
Mm, mm, mm.
this.
Mm.
Uh, Linda.